everyone, it is 8th of March 2024. And with me here live today, are 7 other beautiful, bold, and brave women, making us a total of 8. But before we do anything at all, we want to give glory to who glory belongs to, the Almighty God, because we are all women of faith and we want to show you how we run our lives and our business. If you may, join us. Let us pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, we just want to thank you for every single woman. We just want to thank you for every single woman that is on the surface of the earth. We thank you for their lives, their families, their profession, their careers, their businesses, their connections, Lord. We thank you for their mindset and everything that concerns them. And Lord, today, as we celebrate International Women's Day, we ask that you begin to make the woman's name to shine across the globe of this earth. Let the woman's voice be heard. Father, King of Glory, for every single woman that is joining me here today for the 8th, I ask and pray for new beginning, because that is what 8 stands for. It is a day of new beginning, and we are 8. And I thank you, Father God, for everything that you're about to do for us. Take the lead. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies. And it is an honor and a pleasure to be on stage with every single one of you today. My name is Bridget O. Michaels. And in a minute, I am going to ask every single woman here to introduce themselves. And as each woman introduces themselves, you just wait, just be on the edge. Make sure you are charged up. I mean, your gadget, your phone, your laptops are connected to electricity, because you are going to be having the fun of your life while also taking away some beautiful and life nuggets. So I will want you to get your pen and your paper ready, because there are notes to be taken from these women. So I'm just going to call on one person, and the person we nominate who will speak next. And so I have onto my left Miss Marlene Poor. So I'm going to ask Coach Marlene Poor, because I think that's her title, to take it away. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching, just listen. And if you have your comments, put them in the chat, because we will answer all your questions today. Go ahead. Miss Marlene.
Okay, and I'm mute. Oh my God. It's okay. Thank you, Coach Bridget. I am so glad to be here. I am Coach Marlene Paul. I am calling in here. I'm on here from sunny South Florida. And I am so excited to be a part with these wonderful women, my business besties, circle sisters. You know, now we're being powerhouses together as we are celebrating International Women Month. I am a business coach and brand strategist, and I do all the things. I do all the things. I turn women into bosses. Basically, you give me any problem that you have, I help you solve it creatively. Hence the name Elaram Creative Solution. If anybody still my business name, it's my name spelled backwards, guys. It's my name spelled backwards. I needed a name for my new business, and then I had a dream girl moment where God told me turn the wig backwards, and I turned the wig backwards. Basically, I turned my name backwards, and that was where my name was birthed for my business. And what I love doing is helping women take their ideas, their problems, and take it to a new level. Have them see solutions where they where they see problem, find the solutions for them, and be able to take their business 10x. I love everything AI. I love, I love everything AI. I love everything creative. And I'm just glad to be here among these powerful women. And I can't wait to hear more about their stories, and just share with you guys and share my story with you. I'm going to pass it on to Miss Sandra, who's right next to me. I'm going to pass it on to her.
Hello, everyone. I am Sandra Sells. I am the Chief Executive of PMI Ready Docs. PMI stands for Plug Me In. So with my business, we are administrative support. We work in excellence. We just recently was nominated for the state of Virginia Small Business and Excellence. So I am so excited about that because that's how we flow here. Any type of administrative situation you have from A to Z, we will take care of it for you. We will cross the T's and dot the I's so you don't even have to think about it. That's PMI Ready Docs in a nutshell. So I will pass it on to LaDanya.
I just knew I was next. I just had that feeling. Hi, my name is LaDonna Porter. I am the Chief Executive Officer of Precious Gems for You, LLC, where we provide virtual administrative assistant services, all the way from email marketing to any project that you may need for us to acquire for you. And I'm also a notary. So those are the services that I provide. And I'm ecstatic to be here today. And I pass it on to Billy.
Thank you, LaDonna. Hello, everyone. Good to see everybody on here and them being a part of this amazing group of women and a lot of powerhouses here. And I'm so honored to be here. So thank you again, Miss Bridget, for bringing us all together for this amazing day and this amazing event. Oh, my name is Billy Welchman. I'm the CEO of Core Solutions Group, and our mission is to help our clients do more with less. And what we do is we do process optimization. We come in and help streamline businesses' processes, IT solutions. We help you manage your data, whether it's building you a specific platform or working with what you already have as well. And then we also help small businesses navigate the government contracting space. And we do have our own platform that we recently built. It's called GovCon Core Apps that helps small businesses with their market research and navigating this government contracting realm, plus being able to easily source contracts as well. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to learn about everybody and share our stories. And thank you again. So I'm sorry, I'm going to say Miss Caroline.
I figured that you would, Billy. Thank you. Hi, ladies. I'm excited to be on 8 for 8. It is always a privilege to be on with other phenomenal women. You know, we're building from the ground up small businesses. Today's the International Women's Day. So it's always great to be on to just show, you know, who we are around the world and how women in general, we're pretty much running the world right about now. So I'm pretty glad to be on here. My name is Caroline Simpson. I am the owner of Carlin Enterprise Corporation. We do small businesses. We help from the ground up, from the beginning of deciding what structure you are, LLC, corporation, sole proprietorship. We help you with bookkeeping, your income tax, figuring out which forms that you need, which forms you don't need, all the way to if you decide to close down your business. I also do business consulting. I do organizational skills, financial coaching. So we do a little bit of everything. We're pretty much transitioning now more into business consulting and financial coaching, just because you want to be, you want your strength to be in mainly one thing and not thin across 10 different things, as Coach Brooks would say, right? You need to be a professional of one and not just the creator of many. So we're really going into business consulting and financial coaching. So that's what we're targeting for 2024. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Ms. Bridget, for having me. And I'm excited for this platform. So now we're going to reach over to Miss Renee and let her introduce herself. Renee, you're muted.
My apology, everybody. I'm Renee Maxim Walker. I'm the owner of Maxim Solutions Group. We are an administrative service group, and we help with the things that small businesses cannot handle so that they can work in their business and not on their business, just getting it going. Email management, calendar management, social media, you name it, I'm there to help. I want to help maximize that business to their success. So I'm here and I'm happy to be amongst all these powerful women, and I'm looking forward to this event today. Thank you. So Miss Bridget, I guess you're next.
I was waiting for, in the military, you have to obey orders. All right, it is my turn, and I am happy to be here. Hashtag 848. And if you are live with us, please use the hashtag 848 so that we will know where you are joining in from. And remember, there is Q&A at the end. So just keep your questions coming. Right. So my name, if we've not met, is Bridget O. Michaels. I'm queen maker, author, public speaker, and chief problem solver. Well, I am the owner of Bridget O. Michaels Consulting Services, LLC, and I have experience spanning 3 continents and over 15 years. I love to guide ambitious business owners, corporations, and women entrepreneurs on the rise to dismantle obstacles, and self-doubt so that you can harness your unique strength on the way to your throne of success. Because I believe every woman has a crown, every man has a crown, everyone is destined to sit on a throne, no matter what you call or how you define your throne. As a consultant, I solve problems for the government. So you will always see me solving problems for corporate leaders and other organizations. And I offer innovative solutions to cultivate fearless leaders who drive productivity, performance, and profitability. Hey, reach out to me if you want to claim your career or your business crown, and I will help you fix it on properly. Thank you. Who do I pass it on? No one. And so we want to say thank you so much.
I'm here.
Oh my gosh. How did we miss it? And I got passed on to me. I was meant to go last. I apologize. And
no problem. I was having my Wi-Fi did not want me to be great today. So I had to change devices, but I am here, and I am Sheila C. Hill, and I am a business consultant, an execution coach, where I help people successfully execute their strategies and their tasks. I am also a podcast host. Let's go back. An international podcast host of the premier podcast, The Sheila C. Hill Show. I am so excited to be here. Of course, an author, inspirational speaker. And listen, I am on Team Do Too Much, as most entrepreneurs are, and as most women are, because we wear so many hats. So I'm so excited to be here amongst so many phenomenal women. So you all are in for a treat. So get Mama and them, tell them to log in so they can check this show out today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And I was, multitasking, responding to the comments. And yes, if you are watching online, please have your questions ready, because I'm very sure by the time you hear the stories that these women are going to be spilling to you, I'm very sure you'll be able to relate at least to one of them. Because at the end of the day, have you ever caught yourself, someone is saying something and you're like, wow, me too. Does she know me? Have we met before? Hey, I want you to listen, tune in, and really lean in so that you can really catch a nugget to help you manifest a bigger and better life, because that is why we're here today. And so, without taking too much time, we're here for the stories. Ooh, I got goosebumps already. As soon as I just said that, I got goosebumps on my body, because I know the stories are going to be electrifying, because these women are authentic. They don't hold back, and they are carefully curated by Moa. And you know that I love to bring you authenticity. I love to bring you people that I call experts, because there are so many experts out there in the world who have not actually walked the walk. But when you're seeing someone who's actually walked through a journey and they're telling you about that journey, hey, sweethearts, listen, take notes, and plug in. And so I'm going to quickly call on Miss Sheila Hill to tell us a little bit about her story and how she has been able to use whatever story that she has, because I don't want to go into her story, to really improve herself, because it's all about continuous improvement. So, Miss Sheila, take it away,
Yes.
Queen.
Thank you very much. Listen, to go my story, I'm going to go back just a little. About, I will say 25 years ago, I was attacked in my body, where the doctors, it was complex of the doctors not knowing what happened and what will cause my muscles to lock up. So there was times my muscle would lock up and I was almost basically paralyzed. I couldn't move from the waist down. So things would happen, and they tried different specialists, and I went from here to there, and I dealt with so much chronic pain that it were times where I was bedridden for 4 months at a time, where I was just as if I was in a rest home using a bedpan and having people care for me. My husband had to take off work. My daughter had almost flunked out of college because she had to care for me. So there were so many different things. And with that chronic pain, and with having no answers, and being on 21 pills and supplements a day, my mental health went downhill. I was depressed. Anxiety ruled my life. I felt like I was nothing. I didn't know why I was even here, because I could no longer be the wife that I was supposed to be, the mom. I was missing so many events for my daughters. I was not able to just do anything. So there was a time moving forward, I was just in despair. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a Christian. So I have to bring that piece in when I tell the story. I had a dream, and in my dream, and this was the time I was bedridden for months. And in my dream, my godfather was trying to get in contact with me. He said, call me. And when I woke up the next morning, I was like, what was that? So he said, when I called him, and he said, I have been trying to get up with you for so long. I need to tell you to do this. And I said, okay, well, what do you need me to do? So he told me to research CBD, which is all natural, holistic. He heard that I was down again, and he said, at least try it. Of course, I am skeptical. I have tried acupuncture. I have tried needles in my neck, needles in my back. I've tried every possible thing, all the medicines, all the specialists within 4 different cities in my area. I have been everywhere. So I was at that point. I said, no, nothing's going to help. He said, I'm going to send you some literature. So I started researching, and I was like, okay, well, what do I actually have to lose? I'm already bedridden. So let me just try it. So I researched, I tried it. Day 1, I saw an improvement. But listen, I thought it was just my mind, because I wanted to feel better, right? I just was psyching myself out. But it really started helping. So the next day, it helped even more. And I was like, oh my goodness, there's something to this. And this is all natural. I didn't have the side effects from the medicine, and to get side effects, and going on and going on. So after that, I just felt like, oh wow, this is actually helping. The more I would use it, it was helping. So I started telling people from my church, like, come over to the house. I got to show you some information. So moving forward, it helped me so much. I was able to wean myself off of my 21 pills and supplements. I am no longer taking anything. I got my joy back. I'm no longer depressed. Anxiety does not rule my life. I love life. So when people see me, they was like, "What? Why are you so inspiring? I need what you're taking." It's because I no longer take for granted my life. I no longer take for granted being able to walk downstairs, to be able to sit up, to be able to just cook, which I don't do much of that anyway now. But anyway, that's not the point. Okay, so I love the fact now that I can live and I can help other people. So with that, I opened a store, a brick and mortar, a House of Hemp CBD dispensary, so I can share the good news for people who were hopeless like I was. So I opened the store and I just shared, and I started doing community events and going to church events and different things and speaking and telling people my story to let them know that there is hope. So within that, because a lot of times you can empathize with people, but if you haven't actually walked that walk, it's really hard to really relate with them. So I related with the pain sufferers, and I no longer call myself a pain sufferer. I call myself a pain warrior. Okay. So because listen, baby, I was fighting for my life. You hear me? I was fighting. So with that, so I started a business. It was really hard because of the nature of the business, because the negative connotation that it has with it. So education was my main thing, to teach people, especially I'm in the South. That's a whole in the Bible Belt. So it was really hard to get that education out, but I did. And even with that, I started meeting business owners. That's how I started really going into my business consulting. I saw that they had the problem that I had already came through. So I started helping them with business. I started promoting them. I started having opportunities to have vendor events that I hosted at my store, because a lot of people didn't have storefronts. So I really, my heart was to put the spotlight on them, and let them know, and then go to my county commissioners and advocate for them and let them know that we are not invisible. So then I just started building and building from there. So my mission now is to help anyone that may find themselves in despair, and they find that they may be the underdog, right? And they may not have what they need, or they feel like they don't have what they need. There's so many opportunities out here. So in every area that I have, I found myself finding the bright light out of every situation. I found that bright light, and then I will just maneuver. I call myself the pivot queen, because baby, I will pivot. You hear me? It's okay. I need this. Oh yeah, I'm about to pivot, because there ain't no shame in my game, right? So why continue to sit somewhere? And if it's not working, why you're just gonna keep being there? No, pivot, make some changes. So through that, I just started. Listen, if it's something that I can find, I call myself a little hustler, okay? So if there's an opportunity where I can find to make some money, or to help people out and make money at the same time, that's what I will do. So it came from just to keep my lights on when COVID came in for my CBD dispensary. I just started researching. Everybody loved YouTube University, trying to find a side gig that could help keep my lights on, because the government said we cannot be open. So with that, I did find some different places, different ways to keep my lights on. One of which was selling on Amazon, buying regular items from the stores, reselling on Amazon, and it was great. So this is one thing I want to mention. With that, I heard Les Brown say, sometimes you can make more money teaching what you know than doing what you know. So one day during a time when I heard that, I said, well, let me just go on Facebook and see if someone wants me to teach them how to sell on Amazon, because I killed the game. I sold like over $10,000 of products in my first 30 days. And when I did that, it was just rave reviews. People's like, yes, 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 yes. And I was like, oh my God, okay, more information to come. But behind the camera, I'm like, oh my God, I have nothing. I have nothing. So with that, I learned to pivot again, make it look good on the front, but if you got the duct tape in the back for a while, it's okay. It's okay to have duct tape until you get to where you're going. So with that, I was able to help so many people. I started a mentorship. I made quite a bit of money. It was pretty good. I told you I'll be hustling, right? So, so with that, I just kept finding different ways to supplement for where until my business was able to get up and going. But now that's a part of me, just looking for different things and as the opportunities come. So the last opportunity, and which I just had a class last night, y'all. This one is done for you digital products. Let me tell you, this is so awesome because I love it, because now everything is going digital. If you write with some pen and a paper and you're trying to keep up your notes, baby, we got to get with the wave. The wave is coming. We cannot stop it. So we need to ride this digital wave. So with that, there's a way that you can make money by done for you services, done for you digital products. Now, this is a 54 billion with the B billion-dollar industry, expected to rise to 74 billion by next year. We got time to get in this, right? You don't have to make it. You don't have to. You can have a 9 to 5. You can be a student. You don't have to be computer savvy. You can be a home mom. Listen, you can get into this game. So with this, I do have a class where I'm running this class again on Monday night at 8 p.m. And I'm so excited. It's a free class. I'm just going to show you how you can take done for you products, digital products, and you can resell them. You have the private label rights to resell them, remarket it, brand it your way, make money in your sleep. I call it Wi-Fi money. You can call it digital money. At the end of the day, baby, it's money, okay? So this can help you if you need a side job. And actually, depending on how much work you want to put into it.
Miss Sheila, we're going to take a pause now and we'll come back again, because I know that a lot of people are asking, they're curious, they want to know about that. So we're going to come back. So stay tuned. To recap what she said, did you hear when she said, that I know everyone loves money, right? I don't know about you, but I love money. But she says that she's going to show you how you can make money with digital products. But before that, you can see that our lives are not perfect the way you see it. So if you see on social media somebody projecting a perfect life, money tonight, every day, take me to the bank. Just take me to the bank. That's a lie. Because it can never be. It can never be perfect 24 hours every single day, 7 days a week. Her story was from pain. She said she had acute pain. And she shared with us how she moved away from the pain. And then from the pain, she built a brick and mortar business to help other people who are experiencing or who have or will experience similar pain. Hold on to that. Hold on, because we are coming back. And write your questions to ask Ms. Sheila. And so we are going to run off quickly to the next person, who is Miss Billy Wetman, because I call her the queen of tech. She knows how to streamline a lot of things. So hold on. Let me introduce Billy Wetman, the CEO of Core Solutions. Take it away.
Thank you, Bridget. Appreciate the introduction. So with anything, as Ms. Sheila had mentioned, we do wear several hats, and a lot of it could stem from when we're childhood and kind of follow you all the way through your life. And that's where mine started. So mine started as a child. I am a survivor. I am a school bombing survivor. And so with that, I have survived so many things along the way. And you can imagine growing up, and thankfully I lived in a very small town, and we came together. We were really truly a family and grew up. But as you grow up and you become a teenager and you move on, you have some of these. We have both internal scars that nobody can see and visual scars. And some days, I'm not sure which is worse. But so the visual scars is kind of what I'm going to address today. Is you meet people and there's a lot of things that happen when you meet people. So in those first few minutes, you really capture the essence of who people are. And sometimes it would be based off what they say, what they do. And in some cases, it can be how they look. And in my case with the scars, I felt more that I was looked at in different ways. And so it's kind of a struggle that I lived with all my life. And you can imagine going in through teenage years. I was also a survivor of abuse as well. And I overcame that. And so like I said, my whole story is about survival and also being able to pivot. I have learned early on that pivoting is huge in your life. And it doesn't just have to be with business either. It can be with your personal life. When you hit that point that you're like, you know what, I do not want to be here anymore. I don't want to be in the situation or keep doing the same thing over and over again. You learn to pivot. And I've learned to pivot over the years and become resilient as well. And resiliency for me has been huge because for me, it's helped me along the way of working entrepreneurship in particularly, because you do have to be resilient in what you do, and also being able to pivot is key too. I know I've had to pivot. When I first started my business 2 years ago, we initially started to do, because I had been asked several times, hey, you should start running your own business. And, I kept putting it off. And I decided, you know what, it's time. So we decided to start my business. And at that point, we were going to do case management for government contracting and for the different states. And so getting everything up, getting everything running, and then come to find out, you know what, they were going away from contracting. They were going to make it a technical position, which was great, but for them and for the employees, but not so great for me because that was my whole business plan. But because of my resilience and being able to pivot as well, my business partner and I decided, hey, what else are we good at? And something that I've been good at almost my entire life is puzzles, figuring things out and trying to find the best way to do things in the quickest and most efficient way possible. I learned a lot of this thanks to my mom. She was actually my first boss, and she was what I always say, my first, best, worst boss. She taught me a lot about work ethic and how to streamline everything. And I've taken that with me all the way through my different careers, everything that I've done. And so that's kind of where we went with that. And then when I did when I was working as a contracted employee for the Wyoming Army National Guard, I learned a lot more about those processes, Lean Six Sigma methods, and that's where we pivoted to, is doing process optimization. We are your business optimizer. And also your IT solutions. Well, my partner, him and I actually worked together and collaborated and developed now 2 different programs. The first one was for the Wyoming Army National Guard to help manage their medical readiness piece. And so that's kind of where our data management and being able to collaborate and work together. And again, just pivoting and being resilient. So it's huge.
Wow. I'm just blown away by her story. Have you ever seen someone who has visible scars in their body? And then when that person walks into a room, have you ever caught the stares of some people? How some people will actually be looking at the person. So you can imagine living with those kind of scars all through your life. But this is one lady, when I met her, gosh, I could see through her heart. She was just golden. She didn't even allow the scars to be a bother to her. And I was wondering in my heart. I have been seeing her on, over the page, what they call it, virtual world. And we all like, you don't see behind the scenes when you are on the camera. But she didn't even bother to cover them up. I'm like, wow, she has all of these scars, but yet she has a positive mindset. Her energy is very contagious and she's always willing to help you. She didn't allow those scars to stop her from living again. And when I tell you that Billy, she has her head in the game when it comes to government contracting and actually help you to streamline your business. She does a very good job. So now you see, we are real human beings. We feel pain, we all have pains. But we have known or learned how to push aside the pain and build the kind of lives that we want. Because most times when you go through what you go through, it's not because of you. If you go through and you come out on the other side, hey, congratulate yourself, because now you are ready to teach someone else. And with that, I'm going to give it away now to the next person, a woman of God. I call her Pastor, even though I know her name, but from the first stage, I just call her Pastor. So let's give it to the financial consultant, because this girl, I love me some money. So Miss Caroline Simpson, you take it away.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I hear pastor more than anything, right? As all the women have said, we wear many hats. So I'm the pastor. I do deliverance ministry. I'm a mom. I'm a grandmother. I am a business owner. So we do it all, right? So thank you, Miss Bridget. My name is Caroline Simpson. My business is Caroline Enterprise Corporation. We were established back in 2015, but I really didn't do nothing with it at that point. But I always knew as a little girl, and I was talking to my mom about this, I had this one closet that, because I was the only girl in the family, so I had my own little room and my own little closet. And I would go in the closet and I would set up my desk and I would set up my chair. And I had my little Barbie doll baby, Christy, and she was my first client. And I would put her across from me. And I would always say, one day I would have my own business. One day I would have my own office. I would take a piece of paper and put it outside the door so my brothers wouldn't come in there, letting them know that was my office. So that's really where the dream and the passion started when I was a little girl. As I grew up through school, my mom and my dad, they were entrepreneurs. My mom had her own beauty salon and shop. My dad, he was a driver, bus driver, so he did things like that. I watched my aunt, I watched my uncle. So our family had the spirit of entrepreneurship on us. So I went through several different changes in life. As I've heard every woman on here say, I had to pivot. I pivot through divorce. I pivot to go back to school after having all of my children to get my bachelor's degree in accounting. One day, the Lord allowed me to go to this one job where I met one of my best friends. We're still friends to this day. And I had my corporation, like I said, my aunt set it up for me. I just didn't have any money, so I didn't know what to do with it. So I ended up at a nonprofit organization. Me and my best friend, we were there working. I did not know at this time that God was setting me up, right? So we started doing income tax returns, and I'm thinking, I don't want to do that. I hate doing income tax returns. So she was telling me, well, Caroline, that's just one avenue. Let's try it. Let's do it as a side hustle. Well, one thing led to another. I started doing income taxes. Then we started getting little jobs on the side to do bookkeeping. And then, people started asking me, because once they know you're in finance and they got 1,000 questions to ask you, they don't want to set up a consultative session, but they want to ask you a million questions, right? So then people started asking me, and then, the family started getting involved and asked me, like, can you do this for me? Because somehow, some way, everybody felt really trustworthy to give me their information. So it started growing from there. Along with doing income tax and budgeting and bookkeeping, I started becoming a business consultant, which I loved. Also, with my friend that I met at Heritage Christian Services, shout out to Nakia Vargas, we started doing summer school for children to help teach them how to do business and start up small businesses. And so the love just grew for me to help people. I am a natural helper. That's just part of who I am. And even in my coaching, whether it's in deliverance or in financing or life coaching, I always tell people, you will not like me at the beginning, but you appreciate me by the end. Because sometimes you have to really dig into areas where we don't always want to deal with, right? Many times, if you're struggling with money, it's just not a money issue. More than likely, it's a mindset and a heart issue, right? So for me, as a pastor, as a mom, as a life coach, as a business consultant, my lines kind of intertwine every now and then. And, I try to be mindful of it, but it's just by nature how it happens for me. But anyway, that's normally what happens with me. I love helping people. I love seeing people start a dream that they've always dreamed about. As I said, for me as a little girl, I knew that I wanted to be in business. I watched my family grow in business. So that was always a passion for me. Even with my children, all of my children, I made every one of my children start a business, right? And I sowed the seed in their business to say, hey, listen, whatever the dream God gave you that you remember as a little child, don't let anyone steal that from you. Don't let anybody take that from you. Even if you have to start, as Miss Sheila was saying, as a hustle on the side, get it started, because I believe that God will open up a door if you continue to do the dream that he's put in your heart. So for me, you could say I'm a financial coach, but I'm also a business coach. I'm a life coach, and all of that entwines into one because I love seeing people succeed. That is my heart. That is my passion, to love see people succeed.
Thank you so much. Wow, wow, wow. I told you, Pastor got it. You can imagine, Pastor and the money. So she prays for you, and then she blesses your money, and then she said, go and multiply. And then you come back again, you multiply, you come again, she helps you, check your taxes to make sure you are in place. Oh my God. She does have a lot of heart. And then, did you catch the one advantage that she has? She said her mom was an entrepreneur. And her dad was a people's person, a bus driver. The keys that you need to succeed in life, because you need people to be able to do your business, right? Even in the home, you need customer service. And so she got it all. Thank you so much, Queen, for that. And I tell you, I am well connected to resource. So when you see me, I'm doing my IAMs, and I say I am fully resourced, I know exactly what I mean. Look at all these ladies that are connected with me. Am I not rich? Ooh, I'm a wealthy woman because I am. All right. And so now we're going to go over to Miss LaDonna Porter. She is the project manager. We all need project managers. We all need that admin. We all need that virtual assistant. We all need someone to help us with our business, because oftentimes I get a little bit irritated when I hear someone say, oh, I am a self-made millionaire. Excuse me, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. We're not talking about six figures. We're not talking about $100,000. You say 1 million, you're self-made. There was a project manager, there was a virtual assistant, there was an accountant, there was a whatever who helped you to get there. And so Miss LaDonna Porter is going to tell us a story first. How she ever sat down to now say, okay, whatever life lessons I've learned, now I want to put it in and become a business owner. Miss LaDonna Porter, take it away, all the way in Georgia.
Thank you so much, Bridget, for that awesome introduction. As we gather here today as women, I just really, it's an emotional time. And I'm extremely excited. I'm extremely happy for all of us just being united here and showing how we can come together in a positive form. My story. Okay, so I guess at really a young age, for some reason, I always kind of compared myself to others. I don't really know why, but I did. So I really had poor self-esteem. So around the age of 18, I became a mother. I was married at 21. At that age and being in that marriage, unfortunately, things really got worse for me. I endured physical and mental and emotional abuse. And that was one of the hardest times in my life. And I never, ever thought that I would survive. I honestly thought he was going to kill me, honestly. But here I am today. So that does show you the resilience that I have within my spirit. And I know for a fact that God had his hand on me. So let's speed it up a little bit. After the divorce, after all of this is over, I'm still feeling broken and just trying to figure my way out. I'm a mom. I have 3 kids now. I'm trying to work, excuse me, and just trying to figure things out. So I met this guy, and I have to always give him a shout out. His name is Sean Lewis. And he just built my self-esteem back up. He taught me about business and about being an entrepreneur. So I just kind of watched what he did. And even though our relationship didn't work out, I just learned a lot from him. Integrity, and just how to build a business. So I still really didn't know what I wanted to do or what type of business I wanted to open, right? But I knew what I was good at. So I said, okay, let me use my story. So by this time, I was invited to be a co-author, next, a motivational speaker, being able to tell my story and encourage other single women. And also to let them know that they don't just have to work a 9 to 5, right? Use your gift that God gave you in order to supply the extra need that you may need along with your 9 to 5, or eventually become a full-time entrepreneur, which was always what I wanted to do. And that is what I'm doing now. Again, I am a survivor. My passion is for single mothers, and just being able to provide resources for them, and assist them with becoming business owners. So again, my business, I am a virtual administrative assistant. I've come with over 25 years of customer service experience. So that was the one thing that I wanted to just hop into. And I also love helping people, right? So I just thought it would be the perfect thing. A lot of times as business owners, we get, super stressed, especially if you're a single business owner, right? You're overworked. So I thought it would be great just to kind of come in and be able to take care of the simple things, emailing, answering the phone, things of that nature. So yes, that is my story.
Did you catch me? My tissue. No wonder she's always drawn to me. Because when I met this lady, I'm like, why do I always see her in my circle, in my feed, everywhere? I just see LaDonna Porter, pop up. I'm like, why? Now I know why. But hold on to that. I'm not going to reveal that until it's my turn. But now we're going to turn the focus onto Renee Maxine Walker. When she sent me a bio and she said, I create opportunities. Wow. My mind just leaped. Everything about me just boom, like my doors were wide open. And I'm like, woohoo. Who wouldn't want to be associated with someone who can help you create opportunity? I do not know what that looks like, but I want you to be glued so that you will be able to understand what she means when she tells you that she helps you to create opportunities. Over to you, Miss Renee Maxine Walker.
Thank you for that grand entrance. I appreciate that. So again, I'm Renee, and I can go all the way back. First of all, I said, how much do I want to share today? I'm a very transparent person all the time. And sometimes I think it could be a little too much. But, as I'm listening to the women before me, every story that has been shared, I can take pieces and say, that was me too. I can go all the way back to being 9 years old. And back at that time, and that was some time ago, we used to have 2 newspapers in our area. And I used to do a paper route in the afternoon after school. So I can take my business mind that far back as to 9 years old, having a paper route, love to make money. I went right to being in, I think, 11th grade, where I could get my papers to work part-time after school. I started in a grocery store. I was the cashier at a grocery store. And then from there, graduated, went to college for a little while, came back, and then I went into customer service. And from customer service just to the administrative side. So I've got like 30 years of administrative services behind myself. Currently still working in corporate America, and I strive to have my own, where I punch my own clock and not somebody else's clock. I have been doing administrative work for a very long time. I've worked in my church for over 10 years doing administrative work, weddings and funerals, and just helping people. And I never thought that Renee could own a business, but I do. And I've been teaching myself all the way up until I got into the coaching program about 2 years ago with Coach Brooks. And that's where I met all of you beautiful women at. And that has really changed my mindset to making sure that your business is set up correctly. Because let me rewind. Before I did the business, I was like doing network marketing. So I was doing that part, but that's not like having a business. That's nothing like having a business. That was your side hustle. That's what I did. So when I finally came over to create my own, and I have to give my props to my mother, because when I was doing network marketing, my mom would always tell me, Renee, you don't need a middle person. You can do this on your own. But honestly, at that time, I didn't see it, and I didn't feel that I could do it for myself. I had to feel when I was ready, and that happened during the pandemic. And see, my mind always doubted myself, because even as I was growing up, I'm trying to think who just said it, LaDonna, I was abused. I was mentally abused. And then it went to a little bit of physical. But the mental is worse than the physical, because that messes up your whole mindset. So I had to retrain myself, and grow my confidence again. And then I would have other couple little things that would happen in life that would just knock me down and knock my confidence down. So I had to rebuild Renee again. And Renee is still rebuilding Renee, honestly. But I feel so confident where I'm at right now with who I am and what I do. And there is nothing that can shake me, and there is nothing that can turn me to say that I can't do, because I can do anything, and so can you. And the way I feel, because I've always been a servant. Because if you think about it, that's what administrative is. You're serving other people. You're helping other people. In my church, I was in position. I was helping other people. I was helping to do whatever had to be done. Renee was there to do it. And even now, but now Renee needs to do it for Renee and Renee's business. And that's what I'm striving to do. So when I say creating opportunities, I'll see something and I'm thinking, how can I take that and flip that into something that can gain money or opportunities? And because I'm such a servant, I don't look at it where I just want Renee to do it. If I see something in somebody else, believe me, I'm always saying, look I see this in you. And if you need help, you let me know, and I will help to guide you so that you set it up correctly, so that you do it correctly. So that's where I'm at. And then with Maxim Solutions, like I said, I really need that. That's my virtual assistant. And we're here to maximize small businesses, to help you grow your business so that you could be successful. And Max Gyms is more of that resilient side of me from all that I've been through, all of my life experiences. That's what Max Gyms is. It's like that lotus flower that's always growing off of positivity and being resilient. And when I think about even all the stuff I've been through, look at me now. You would never even look at me and think, and you don't even know everything because I haven't shared everything, but some of these things would have knocked people down where they would have never got up to do anything. But I continue to get up, and I'm going to continue to get up. So with that, I am thankful to be here with these ladies again, and I hope you all enjoyed what I said. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Lord help me. She said she refused to be knocked down. So she's going to get down, get up, and get up and get up again. Oh my goodness. Renee, I thought I knew you a little bit, but today I know you more. Thank you for being vulnerable to share your story with us. I really, really, truly appreciate you. Don't get me started. I'm just going to quickly pass it on to Miss Sales because when she will tell you when I met Miss Sales and she told me her last name is Sales we met on Zoom, right? And I sent her a message and I was like, actually, your name is actually Sales. She said yes, and I said, whoa. I know that a lot of people don't like sales because they're very afraid or have anxiety when it comes to that word sell because they think that sales is not sexy. Yeah, I think I have to do a post again on that. Sales is not sexy. But I say that sales is like kissing. If I want to kiss you, what I do, I lean in, and what do? You lean in, boom, and the action takes place. That's what sales is about. And so when I said that to her, I can't remember what her reaction was, but exactly that's what it is. So, but she is, I'm not sure she's going to be telling you also about sales because I know that she's, what does she call herself? An administrative extraordinaire. I had to learn how to say that word. So let's listen to Miss Sandra Sales.
Thank you, Miss Bridget, so much. And I am ecstatic to be here. And yes, a lot of people ask me about my last name. They ask me, is that a pseudonym? And I'm like, no. The man I married, his name is Sales, and he's definitely into sales. But in regard to what I do in my story, it's a little bit different, but somewhat similar to the rest of the ladies. I'm the youngest of two other siblings. I have two older sisters, and I had a wonderful childhood. My parents were hard workers, but they never talked about business. And as I got older, my grandparents were the people who had their own business. My grandfather had his own tobacco farm. I mean, when I would go to North Carolina and I would see that field, I would be like, oh my goodness. It was just endless acres of tobacco. And at that time, me being the youngest cousin, you know, I'm from New York. I'm a New Yorker. I wasn't about dirt and all that kind of stuff. I would just, you know, go to my grandfather and he would say, hey, babe, let me show you how to pick it, this, that, and the other, and hang it up in the shed. And then I would act like I passed out because I was like, I'm not doing this. This is not what we do in the city. We have concrete in New York. And he would just graciously, every year I would do this now, he would graciously pick me up, explain to me, you know, why he does what he does, and sit me down on a watermelon, bust a watermelon, and I would sit there for the rest of the day and watch my cousins work. And they would get at me later on, but I didn't care. I had a wonderful childhood. My parents were very hard workers. And that's what they taught us. They taught us get an education and go to work and get a good job. It wasn't until I got into corporate America that I realized I need a little bit more than that. I never wanted to own my own business. I was content and being, like Renee said, a servant. I love to serve people. I like helping people. I like seeing people happy. That has always been my personality. My sisters always used to pick and tease me and say, "You always doing something. You always doing this." It just made me feel good. And I wanted to do it the right way. So that's where the excellence come into and the integrity come into. I always wanted to do it the right way. And when I got into corporate America, I did. I excelled very quickly. But then when I got into management side, first of all, I was the only Black woman that was in management for at least about 5 years of my career in the aviation industry. And I just couldn't understand that. And then they would constantly tell me when I went for a promotion, "Oh, you're so technical. You need to do this or you need to do that." And I just didn't understand. And so I had to take a test to excel to the next level to management. It was amazing to me. Everyone else did regular interviews, but I had to take a test. And they didn't realize I study people. I study things. I study my environment. I am always watching. That's one thing my grandmother taught me. She said, always watch. You watch and you listen and you will learn and you will find out a lot. And that's what I did. And I aced the test. And you know, they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me for a month because for whatever reason, I pretty much feel like I know the reason. They didn't want me to have that management job. But baby, when I tell you I got into that management job, everything they threw at me. I used to work with flight attendants. I had to train 600 flight attendants a week. Then I had to fly down to Houston and go to graduations and speak and talk, all kind of things. They couldn't stop me. Like when they say they could not stop me. They tried their best to tire me out. They will always say, "You are the first one here and you're the last one to leave." And that was how I was taught. My father was a New York City police officer. He got promoted to detective, and that's what he taught me. You be the first one to show up, and you be the last one to leave. And that's what I did. And they didn't understand that. And they came to, I really believe, to despise it because when the pandemic came and, you know, different things happened in the airline industries and they were laying off a lot of people, they offered me an early out. And I was like, I love my job. I did. I flew all over the world. I have no regrets in regard to that. I grew up in the airline industry as an executive, and they taught me along the way. They didn't realize what they were teaching me, but I learned along the way. Even the no's were no's for that moment. But now in my own business, I realize they are my yeses now. So I took the early out, and I kid you not, I didn't have a plan. So I will tell people, when you get ready to transition, have a plan. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a plan. I just prayed. I was like, Lord, I don't want to be abused by anybody. I don't want anyone to take my integrity and my love for what I do as something is wrong with me. Because they would always say, well, why are you always here? I don't know why you always do that. Why is all these people always in your office? They didn't understand that the flight attendants were just joy to me because I would be honest with them. And when I trained them, I would tell them, this is a safety profession. It's not about you giving out Cokes and sandwiches. You got to know the safety aspects of this aircraft. And I expect you to. So when I fly with you, you have my life in your hand. I expect it to be done, and I expect it to be done the right way. New management, when they came in, they had a problem with that. Their problem, not mine. So I took the early out. I prayed, And the first thing the Lord gave me was being a loan signing agent. I didn't know nothing about that. Nothing at all. I didn't even want to have my own business. I was happy where I was, but I got uncomfortable. It forced me into doing something I didn't know anything about. But I realized quickly it was still about servicing people. When I go out as a loan signing agent, I take care of people. During the pandemic, it was just extraordinary as far as taking care of people. I did closings in people's garages. I did closings from my car to someone else's car. It was a different circumstance where a lot of notaries that I know, it broke them. But I was good with it. I was like, yeah, put that package on your front steps. I'll pick it up. I would go through it. I would put the labels on it, put it back on the front porch, call it back. You can pick it up now and we'll talk. I'll talk you through it. You have to be flexible. I am very flexible in the things that I do, but I don't compromise in my principles and what I do. So my notary business went well. And then, I was like, well, what else can I do? Years ago, one of the pastors in my church in New York says, everything you need is in your home, or you already know it. You just have to cultivate it and make it to what you want. And I'm one who really want to do what I like. I don't want to be unhappy in what I'm doing. I love people. I love serving people. So from the notary business, I added another service. I added fingerprinting. I knew about fingerprinting because we fingerprinted at the airport. So it was something I was already familiar with and I knew how to do. And then from there, I got into virtual assistant because I had some lazy employees who didn't want to do the work and they knew my work ethic. And that's how I got into being a virtual assistant, because I never thought about that. And that's when I realized, girl, you own your own business. And that's when everything got into place. One of my girlfriends, she introduced me to Coach Brooks, and I learned the foundations of building my business the right way. And from that point, I have just taken it step by step by step at my pace and how I like to do things. And I just recently, it's been about 6 months now, I started drug testing, something else we did at the airport. So frankly, all of my administrative, all of my training, my executive information that I learned, I have cultivated it in my business that I never wanted, but I am so ecstatic that I have it now and being able to teach other people what I do. I have a heart for women. I have a heart for women who are my age, that is in their early 50s. And I know I have a baby voice and people are like, oh my God, really? You're in your early 50s? I'm like, yeah. And I'm proud about it because my parents are no longer here. My father, he passed away at an early age. My mother passed away at an early age. And I just thank God for his blessings in keeping me here and showing me how to do things in order to show other people. And during this journey, I had to learn to build my confidence, because when you work in corporate America and people realize you do have a skill set, at least in my experience, they didn't like that. And so every now and then I had to rethink of who I was. For a minute there, I lost my identity because they were like, you need to do this. You never want to lose your identity. You want to be authentic to yourself. Love yourself. What are you going to do? If you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else, and you can't show anyone else something else. So I have learned to show up as my authentic self, small voice and all, because for years I was like, I want a deep voice. I want to talk like all the other women. But this is me. This is Sandra Sells at her best. And I love myself. I love what I do. I love sharing with other people. I have a fabulous husband who is always pushing me. I thank God for that, because most men are like, girl, you better go out and get a job. my husband was like, girl, you better get that business and you better do it to the fullest because I know you got all of that in you. I'll be listening to you on the phone. You be talking to your girlfriends and you giving everybody tips and clues and you doing all this work. But I had to realize it for myself. And now I am. Each and every day, there are days when I'm like, whew, this is hard. Can I do this? Yes, I can. I'm doing it. I've been doing it. And I never look back. Like, my favorite poet is Maya Angelou. And I'm going to read something real quick. She says, forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it. So for a while there, I was like, oh, if I only knew this, if I only knew that. I know it now. So now the things that I know, I can work it for me. It works for my good. It's not always successful. And like everyone says, you have to pivot. There has been many times I had to pivot, but it's working for my good. And I have the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords who is at my back. So with him, I was successful from the beginning. I didn't even realize I won. But now I win. No matter what, I win.
Oh my goodness. I am lit. I don't know about you, but I am lit. I'm literally hot here. This lady has dropped a lot of nuggets. I don't know if you caught all of them, but everything she has shared, I'm very sure we all have gone through every one of them. Have you ever been in corporate America? Ooh, you will hear what she said. And she's always winning with God on her side. But I just want to ask Miss Sandra, I want you to give your parents, if they're still alive, give them a hug, from me to them, because they really gave you a great background, an upbringing to make you this strong, phenomenal woman. You're not only bold, but you're beautiful and you're so brave. And you speak your truth. That's one thing that I really, heard in all your story. You speak your truth and you're not afraid to say it. That's authenticity. That is authenticity. For me, I always say, I will always do business with someone who is authentic, who has integrity. So ladies, are you still excited to be here? Now, I am going to turn it over to one phenomenal lady. When I tell you that this lady is making waves in women's life, she is. When I heard her voice, I heard her speak, I recognized the voice. I'm like, oh, that's one of my sisters. I wonder where she was from. And so Bridget did what Bridget always does. I reached out and boom, 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 we're on the phone. Halfway, we cried, we laughed, we do everything, we prayed, we do all of that together. And I was literally on fire just having a conversation with her. And then the next thing, she introduced me to a cycle of women where only yesterday I found out that I have already been approved as a mentor in the NASDAQ women's cycle, because I graduated sometime and now they approved me and I had to fill out the little forms. And so when I was writing all of that so that I can be a mentor to other women and they asked me some questions, I literally stopped to say thank you in this office room to Marlene Poor. Because Marlene is the one who introduced me to NASDAQ entrepreneurial, I don't know how to say these big words. And here I am today. This lady has literally been a phenomenal force for women. If I tell you the number of women she's impacted, but what I know is for every single woman in this room, Marlene has impacted them. Not to mention the hosts that are watching, or the ones that will watch, or the ones that are out there. Are you a woman? You're still wondering what's your purpose. You're still wondering, can you do this? Or you're just waiting to throw up the towel. It's like, I am done. I'm not doing this again. I'm giving up. I quit. I want you to say, before you do that, watch this video. Watch this lady. Listen to every single woman in this room before you quit. And now I introduce Coach Marlene Paul.
Oh my God. What a wonderful introduction. I'm like, okay. But I'm just so glad to be on, just be able to share my story. Yes, sure enough, when I met Miss Bridget, it was like tears. I didn't know that this conversation would be a tear of conversation. I'm just listening to everybody's story and I'm feeling the same way too. I'm trying not to cry. But my entrepreneurial journey started a long time ago. I never considered myself a leader. I always consider myself, I want to be the secretary. I want to be the person behind the scenes. And in college, I was pushed in front of the scene because the president of the campus ministry decided to, got a different position, and the vice president decided, she got married, and it was just left me. It was just only three of us, and I was called into leadership. And ever since then, I've been leading, and I can't go back. The journey of my business is I didn't start with a for-profit business. I started with a non-profit business. The pandemic really did a toll on what I need to do. I taught education for 17 years. I only meant to teach it for like 5 years. So I wanted to do something else. And I stayed there for 17 years, and I love what I do. I love teaching. But with the military life and the move and trying to constantly change, I decided, okay, I need to do something different. My passion was to help women. So I had a nonprofit. Well, I have a nonprofit called Rose of Alpha Omega. And this is where I started with Coach Brooks, where she was helping me develop my nonprofit and get it out started. When the pandemic hit, I felt like it was God, divine appointment. I said, hey, now it's time for you to figure this out, to study, to work. I feel like my journey as an entrepreneur has been a series of leading while things around you is going crazy. I started my nonprofit out of a pain because I had a young lady in my circle that had a situation where she was pregnant out of wedlock. She was mistreated, and I never wanted women to have a space where, because of something happened to them, that no one take care of them. And I just want to have a space where they're able to be felt loved, feel safe, feel empowered, and understand that they're still loved by God. So I started my nonprofit. This pandemic hit, and we started a podcast called Sister Speak Life. I'm always big on growing community. I'm always growing community. The reason why I'm big on growing community is whenever I need something, I create my own community. So I create my own community because it's what I need. And I know as women, we need community. We need community. And then what really pushed me to finally start a nonprofit officially was my husband and I, we were trying to have a child. We lost our first child. And out of that, I said, you know what? I'm going to turn my grief into purpose. And I just going to go full into purpose and just dive in and do this nonprofit. And the funny thing is, during that time when I lost that baby, I had two friends who had their babies. We were all pregnant at the same time. But instead of me feeling jealous, I say, how can I serve them? How can I plan their baby shower? Because I know the power of sowing, of pouring good seeds. So I continue pour good seeds into them. I continue help them. And this is where this is how my life philosophy with my nonprofit and my for-profit come into place. I love to give back. I love to give back, to give back. And so the reason why I had to do the for-profit is because I end up having the nonprofit being so all over the place, me focused. I said, okay, I want to be mission focused. And then the for-profit is that purpose focus. I need to purpose focus. So just to make sure that I have that separation. And through that, I was able to meet I feel like I keep on doing the same thing. I love empowering women. I do love empowering women. But right now I'm doing it on the other side, still as an educator, still helping them with their business, still pushing them forward, but using the skills that I have in my hand. Because always, whenever I do something, God asks me, what do you have in your hands? And my creativity, and my, all these problems, whenever I see a problem, I'm able to solve it. It's because he gave me that solution. I get that download from him. So whenever I'm planning something, I'm doing it. I like to do things in excellence. I love to do things completely. I love to make sure that when I'm doing it, I am leaving people better off than they are, and then they came to me. So having that opportunity to learn, I love learning. Because I love learning, I love teaching it. I love breaking it down because that's the skill that God has given me. I am not a pastor. I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher by heart, but everything I do, people say, "Hey, Marty, going to give you homework. Martin gonna give you homework," and then I'm gonna give you homework. I'm gonna blow your mind. Right now we're in the midst of a challenge, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do a simple challenge. I said I'm gonna do a simple challenge. It's very simple. I cannot. God said you can't do anything simple because you want to do things in excellence. So I push forward. I formed this business, and I had a lot of women who start pouring into me and start seeing me. And this past couple of years, it's been hard. It's been hard. People see the good branded stuff. They don't see when, "Hey, Miss Bridget, I told you, I quit today." Every single day, whenever I feel like I'm gonna quit, I remember this week I would say, "Lord, I was driving back home from Boy Scouts. I said, God, I quit. I'm gonna go find a 9 to 5. I'm gonna find a job." He had business bestie after business bestie call me and say, "You're still thinking I'm gonna quit? Okay, I'm gonna send this one person to you." She called me. We prayed. I cried. I prayed, and I didn't quit. So I'm just telling you, you might see someone strong, but you don't see when they work so hard and they cry in the corner and they're trying to go forward because, I'm doing this with all of my heart. I want to make sure that when I do something that I'm able to make that impact, encourage others. And as I encourage them, they can encourage others too, because I know that the people that I can reach, they can't reach. And the people that they can reach, I cannot reach. That's why I always love the power of collaboration, because we can reach more people together than we can alone. So that's why I always push that forward. So I'm just so excited to be able to share these stages with so much wonderful women. I didn't share much about my business, but this is just me. When you come to my business, this is what I do. I encourage you, business side, ministry side. That's what I do all the time. And I just use my skill to find a creative way to solve your problem.
Oh my goodness, did I not tell you? Not only is she going to be a very good teacher, she's a very good teacher. She will hold you accountable and give you homework. God help you if you don't deliver it. But in essence, Marlene is a lady who will push you to your dreams. Don't we all want someone like Marlene, who is sincere, who is truthful, who will not cover it up? Who knows, okay, it's time to cry. Okay, bring out the tissue. Let's cry. When we finish crying, wipe our tears, but there's work to be done. Because other people are depending on us. Wait, she will soon give you her offer. And when you hear her offer, please jump in so that you don't remain where you were. Because I remember, was it Billy who said that? Either Billy or Renee, who said they kept doing the same thing over and over again. We don't do that. We look for someone. If we cannot do it, we go collaborate with someone who can do it. They teach us, they show us, and then we win. Because when we win, another person wins. And I also heard LaDonna when she was saying something about, she used to be the one that she likes to, copy other, or was it copy you said? No. What did you say, LaDonna? I want to use the right words you said. LaDonna, I want to use the same word you said. You said you always listen to other people, right? You compare yourself. Yes. She said she always.
Yes, at an early age, I used to compare myself to other people.
Yes. Did you hear?
Which is the thief of joy. Don't do that.
That's right. And she owned her truth. She said it. So are you getting nuggets from these shares? She owned her truth. That means I'm sure that a lot of women out there that have these limiting beliefs, the paradigms that are coming onto them, they do these things and they're beating themselves down. Don't anymore. You can reach out to LaDonna. Ask her, how did you do it? How did you overcome this? And she will show you. I guess that leaves me to tell my story. I will share my story. If you've never met me, my name is Bridget O. Michaels. My mission to help people started on a larger scale when the judge declared my marriage over April 2017 here in the United States. That was the time when everything in my life was shattered. And I found myself, just like every other woman will be at that time, I was devastated. I was left with a feeling of abandonment, loneliness. I was so disillusioned. I didn't even know what to do, especially when I had just moved to the United States from London, England in 2013. I definitely did not want to raise my children alone and as a single mom, because that's not, who I am. I grew up in a family of a mom and a dad, and that's what I know. And that's what my Bible tells me. So I didn't want to be a single mom, because I didn't want to be put into a category or a classification, because in America, when you're feeling fun, they ask you all manner of questions. Are you single, married? Are you this? Are you that? Are you divorced? I even see divorce, and I didn't want to check that box, but I did. Divorce was never part of my life plan when I was dreaming it up. And if you know me, you know I'm a dreamer. I love to dream about what my life will be, because I want to manifest that life that I want, because I know that the life that I want already wants me. And again, one other sad thing that I know is that society often tells us to toughen it up. Oh, toughen it, don't cry, don't toughen it up. And they just say, you just go through it. Just go through it. But this same society never explains to me or to any woman what the it is that they want me to go through. And when we reach a point when we do not understand what the it means, we are now left with a feeling of frustration, anger, bitterness, unforgiveness, resentment, and a whole lot of negative stuff keeps coming up. And then you hear ladies begin to say they have, limiting beliefs, they have paradigms, they have obstacles. And this is when my organization was birthed. Precisely November 28, 2018, I registered my business, Bridget O. Michaels Consulting LLC. Because I have always wanted to help people. I love to help. And I actually wanted to be a pastor. So I've went through all the pastoral schools that you can think of. Name any man of God and I'll tell you they've laid hands on me. Benny Hinn, Miles Morrow, Maurice Salulo, name them. Name them. Because I have. And I realized early enough that I am so filled and I am always hungry. When Les Brown says, I am hungry. Yes, I am hungry. And that's where I started a program called The Brave, Bold, and Beautiful Woman, to empower women to overcome all the trauma that they've been through. Because I was a victim of domestic violence and abuse, but I triumphed over that. So I don't call myself a victim anymore. I'm a victor. And so in 2018, I went straight ahead. I poured all my pain into developing myself. That's all I know. Because I don't know about you. I come from a Christian home and I see how my mom had always solved problems. And that's why I wear the title as a chief problem solver in my business. Because when the going gets tough, we all revert back to our roots. So when I'm in deep trouble, I pick up my Bible and that's it. I begin to find wisdom in the pages of the Bible. That's how I survived being alone as a single mom in a strange land in the United States without a friend and nobody, just God and my children to help me through. I wish I knew all of these women. I wish I knew Ladonna. I wish I knew Renee. I wish I knew Billy. I wish I knew Pastor Caroline. I wish I knew all of you. And you watching me, I wish I knew you. So I could talk to you. I could tell you what I was going through, but no. Instead, I buried myself in the pages of books and taking coaching classes. Went through leadership training with John Maxwell. But I still had a desire to serve people more. And that led me to really to begin to understand how can people get results quicker. And that's how I earned the certification as a life mastery consultant from the Brave Thinking Institute with Mary Morrissey and Bob Proctor. I did. I have been mentored by world-class mentors. I have them, name them, I will tell you, I've been in their programs because I was looking for something to fill the vacuum of pain that I was going, and I didn't want to dwell in negativity. No wonder when everybody see me, they always say, Bridget, your energy is contagious. Your enthusiasm is contagious. I had to teach a class one time on how I stay enthusiastic. I had to, because people were asking me. When I open my mind to tell people my story, they don't know. They don't see the relationship between my story and the person that I've become, because it's a journey. I learned how to turn my pain to gain, because I realized that what I went through is not just for me alone. It's not. But there's one thing in my story that I want to share today that I would love to eradicate in my country of birth. I had amazing identical twins, June 2000. And 18 months after, exactly January 8, 2002, I put two lovely babies to sleep at 8 a.m. in the morning. And in less than 2 hours, I was called back home because one of them was gone. Don't you ask me where she's gone, because I don't know. I was told that she's dead. And even as I sit here on this Facebook Live today, I'm sharing with you the word. I do not know where my baby Karen Chinenye was buried. I do not know. I don't have a gravesite to go put flowers or anything. I don't have anything. So that pain I carried in my heart for 20 years. 20 years. Until I got a new doctor who began to help me to unravel all of the pain that I locked inside of my heart. And I covered it up with this happy, enthusiastic, excited woman of God. And today, I love to help other people overcome that. And that's why I'm always continuously improving myself, because there are a lot of people out there to be helped. There are problems out there to solve. And I'm ready to help these women, as many that will let me. I successfully, mentored a group of women from 2018 up until date at no cost, because I just really wanted to help. But aside of that, my major focus is money, mindset, and man. When I say man, I mean your primary relationships. That's my main focus. Because when I was going through my abuse in my marriage, I was never broke. I was never broke. I didn't know what the lack is, because I've always had my job. I've always had my own money. That's why I always tell women, have your own money no matter what. Even though I had the financial abuse, as well in my marriage, but then I knew how to get off my house and go to somewhere to get a job. I knew I was not lazy. I knew I was hardworking, so I can always fend for myself. But the how, I didn't know. What about mindset? No, and I realized that everything that I've been through, everything that I've gone through in life, I have not even shared all of them with you. Do not identify me. They do not replace my name. And that's why when you ask me, what is your name? I take pride in telling you, my name is Bridget O'Michaels. You know why? I want my name to register in your mind, in your brain, because I want you to carry me home with you. Yeah. Remember that name. Even when you are watching TV or you're doing your household chores, when you remember how Bridget introduced herself, you will put a smile on your face. And that's why in 2013, May 31st, I published my story in a book that I call Girl, Fix Your Crown, where I shared a part of my story. So if you really want to learn more about Bridget, on Amazon, the book is there. But that's not all. June 21st, which happens to be the birthday of my twins, I released the Accomplished Journal to that book, the Girl Fix Your Crown Journal, still emphasizing on money, mindset, and mental health. Because I realized that money, mindset, and man, those are the three things that triggers women's mental health most in life. When you have all these three settled, every other things fall to place for you. I love teaching women about money mindset. I love, because we all have money stories. We all have money stories. You have listened to all these ladies share their money stories. We all have it. And sometimes we think to make money is hard because that's what you grew up when you were younger. You ask your parents for money, they'll tell you, leave me alone. Do you think money grows on trees? And so you form that impression in your head that money don't grow on trees because that's what your parents told you. Or you're looking for money answers. You still go to your broke uncle or your broke aunties to give you advice on money. That's not going to work when we have a financial consultant in the room that you can go sit down with her, let her look at your books and look at how you can make money. But instead, you run around to go, first of all, ask your broke auntie, hey, can I take this course? Can I develop myself? Can I jump on Bridget's program? Can I do Bridget's program? What do you think your broke aunt or your uncle is going to tell you? Oh, no. Or they won't tell you it's a fraud. Don't do that. But I didn't believe that. My mindset was bigger than that because I know that one broken dream is never the end of dreaming. Like my mother will always say, if your dreams have been broken, go to sleep, for tomorrow you will dream again. Hey, that's me. I hope you've learned a little bit about me. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen watching, kings and queens, the time that we've been waiting for is here. And I really want to thank you so much who have been watching, staying tuned, who's going to watch the replay. Please, hashtag replay if you are watching the replay so that we can serve every single one of you, because we want to come back to respond to things that we've missed, because every one of you matters. But now we're going to take your questions. So any questions that you have, please drop them in the chat. Every one of us, every single woman in the room is looking through our pages to see what questions that you have, what nuggets you want us to share. Ask it, because remember, we are bearing it all. We're spilling the tea here for you. We're not hiding behind the scenes. So whatever you need. Oh, oh my goodness. Marlene, can you answer that, please? There's something that Nasir has said.
Wait, I said, please do it again.
Okay, then make your answer.
They want us to do it again. They want us to come back and share and do some powerful hustle. We want us where we do this again. We'll see. We'll see how we play with our schedule. So okay. We just
yeah. So now, if you want us to do it again, do us a favor and drop in the comments what you would like us to talk about, because these women here, we run across a lot of things, and mostly we're all business coaches, business owners, entrepreneurs. We actually started our businesses from scratch by ourselves, through the pains, through the traumas, and through the journeys that we've been through, so we can help you. So drop in the comments what you would like us to talk about. Okay. So Sheila, what are the details of your event? Go ahead, Miss Sheila, that's for you.
Okay, for my event, it is Done For You Digital Products, where I teach you the blueprint of how you can use Done For You services and make some extra side money. And the event is actually on Monday at 8 p.m. That's this coming Monday, March 11th at 8 o'clock p.m. That is Eastern Standard Time. And if I can get one of the ladies to assist me and put the link where you can register for the class, it will be on Zoom, and just come prepared to learn how you can level up.
Thank you so much. You heard her. Miss Sheila, can you tell us again what the monetary how will I say it, value is today for digital products out there in the world?
For now, the digital products, that market is at $54 billion a year, and it is expected to rise to $74 billion by next year. So it is really going up extremely high, and it's time for us to get on the wave where we can make money in our sleeps by a product we didn't even have to make from scratch.
Okay. You catch that, did you? All right. So ladies, who's next? What do you offer? What do you have to offer to our amazing audience? Miss Sandra Sales, what do you have to offer to our amazing audience? And then Miss Sheila, please drop your links in your pages.
They're there.
Okay.
I have a class coming up next Saturday. It's teaching people how to start their business from the ground up, getting them to the point where they're ready to start contracting. I'm not going into contracting. I'm just taking you from starting your business and the basic building blocks.
Awesome. You've heard that. You have it all from the horse's mouth. So drop your links so that people can click on it and know where to find you. Miss LaDonna Porter, what do you have for our audience?
Okay, so I have a t-shirt that I created just through everything that I went through, and basically for encouragement, right? So what's on the t-shirt is prayer, recovery, and redemption, repossessing what the enemy stole from me. Normally, these t-shirts are on sale on my website for $30. And in honor of Inspirational Women's Day, they are $25 today. And I will drop my link in the comments.
Who wants some t-shirt to look good? Hurry. Run off. LaDonna has a sale going, so go grab it. Sheila has a sale going. Go have it.
Yes.
Seriously, these ladies, they are on fire. Miss Billy, what do you have for our audience?
So today we have our GovCon Core Apps platform. It's something that my business partner, who's also my husband, and I built for small businesses that are navigating the government contract realm. And you can get it in two different places. You can get it through govconcoreapps.com or through SB Money Flow. But today I am offering 15 days free access to anybody that goes onto our website, govconcoreapps.com, and send us a comment and let us know 8 for 8, and we will give you 15 days free access to our site.
Did you hear that? Oh my goodness. Let me speak Nigeria. Let me go to Nigeria right now. I want to go to Africa. Did you hear that? 15 days. People love free. 15 days free access to try it. Can you imagine? Try before you buy. Oh my God, this lady is so hot. Try before you buy. Oh, you better go try. And remember, mention hashtag 8 for 8 and you'll get the 15 days free offer. Oh my God. Lee, Malimpo.
Hey everybody, I am in the middle of a challenge. You are able to still join the challenge. You can watch the replay. So we're doing a She Creates challenge. So day 1 was on Monday and all the replay has been out. I just sent another thing on their portal and you get you get a sneak peek into our mentoring program. It's mind blowing. So it is 12 days. We have one on Monday. We're going to be meeting again, and then after we're going to be meeting again on the Saturday, full of wonderful nuggets on how to use AI to blow your mind and create content that is brand specific to your brand. I think day one I gave out prompts. I gave them worksheets and stuff like that. So that is a whole another thing. And just because we have the 8 for 8, you know what I just did? I put all my ebooks on my site for $8. So if you want that, you're able to go on my website and just get all the ebooks for $8 on there too. And I'm going to put my connection card in there, the Popple. You can connect with me. I want to hear, I want to hear from you. You can connect with my team. We want to help and support you. If you need operation support, we are on it. So here you go. 8 for 8. There you're able to get all you need. You don't need to be stuck. AI don't need to be hard. It is straightforward and it will blow your mind. I was literally on a conversation with one of my other business besties, and she was having an issue about creating a pitch deck. In 5 minutes, I was able to take all her content, show her how to transform into a pitch deck really quickly, and she was like, the picture. So I'm waiting for the perfect time to use it for social media to show you that big that expression that she had on her face.
I love it. I just love it. Miss Caroline, please share with us what you've got for us. Miss Caroline?
Yes, I'm here. I'm still here. I'm in the middle of tax season. I wasn't aware that we were giving out things on here today. So,
sorry, Miss Caroline, it's your offer. What is it that you want people to buy from you? How do you want people to connect with you? Yes, it's
well, they can connect with me on LinkedIn. It's Carlin Enterprise Corporation. They can go to my website, which is carlincorporation.com. I have on there digital products that I do have. I have a couple of free products on there, like for budgeting and different things, time management. I also have leadership books on there. So if you want to go by and check out my website, you can do that. But as I said, I was not aware that we were doing anything as far as giving. So I do apologize for that. But you can definitely check my website out on Facebook. I'm Carlin Corp. On TikTok, I'm Carlin Corp. You should be able to find me on pretty much every platform.
Yeah. Okay. And then you still have opportunity when we are done to drop all those links in the comments so that no one is left out. No one. Yeah. Miss Renee, what do you have?
I was just starting to type in the chat. Max Gems is more of that resiliency, like I said, coaching, and I'm willing to give. I did not know we were gonna do this, but I am so willing to do 1-hour sessions with people, be it that they are trying to get their business start up or business correct, or even personal life. If there's something that you're not sure about with your personal life, if there's something you need guidance with, I'm there to assist, and I'm willing to do 1-hour sessions. And I'm putting my website in the chat here.
Okay, right. Thank you. See, all these ladies, I told you, they just make magic happen. we just want to simply help you manifest the life that you want, because that life already wants you. Yeah, because the overall designer of our life, who is the Almighty God, He already puts you on this planet Earth for a purpose. So if you have not found the purpose yet, or you're feeling, oh, I'm not in the right purpose, or something is not working, either of these ladies, one of us, will help you move you towards the direction of your dreams. Does that leave me? Is that Amanda? No, Sandra, have you given us your Sandra?
Yeah.
You shared your offer?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Oh, so it's me. Oh, Miss Sheila, please. I think they're saying they didn't get your link, so put it again. Put it again and again.
Okay.
And again.
Okay, and someone is putting it in there. I'm unable to.
Oh, did we lose her?
Yeah. Okay. What is the question, please? Can we check again to see if there's any questions, because we need to answer the questions, please, ladies.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I don't see any questions. Major, I just see a lot of comments of how great it was. I'm trying to go
Okay.
back to see. I know. I'm like, here we had Nadir saying it was an amazing, it was encouraging and strength, and we had Crystal Ryla sharing her takeaway. I'll give you all a moment to read that. And that was good. And then after we have another one saying, "Wow, that's powerful," and they said y'all showing off. So that's I'm trying to. So they want. So maybe what we could do is what I could encourage everybody to do is make sure you follow everybody that's on here. If you follow them and connect with them on their pages, you will see their offers on their pages. Because I know with StreamYard, it might be a little bit difficult to get everybody because some places it doesn't copy and paste, but you are able to go and make sure that's the smallest offer that you can do to a person by going on, following them on all the social media platform, maybe even leaving a review of how amazing this was on their Googles, their LinkedIn, if you're watching through LinkedIn, and being able to, that will be a good offer. And then you're able to connect with them there.
Yes. All right. And so it is my turn. What is my offer? A few days ago, I posted on my social media pages that I have a secret, and I was, holding back the urge, to reveal this secret. And I had to do everything. If I have to ask my daughter to help me to keep mum, because just zip it, don't say it, don't just share it. But today, I am ready to reveal the secret on hashtag 848 Women's International Day. And here is it. Have you been ready? That is really sitting down and imagine, how can I transform my journey to overcome my deepest fears? Overcome your demanding challenges and all the lingering doubts that are still holding you back from manifesting your bigger and better life. Have you been doing that? Well, I want you to sit tight, because if you, for any reason at all, you check today that your crown is crooked in any way, either in your finances, whether in your relationship, whether you find it difficult to network with others, whether you find it difficult to build lasting connections or collaborate with others, I want you to know that this offer is for you. I am announcing the Girl Fix Your Crown retreats. Yes. The first time ever this is ever going to be announced or shared. You, audience, are going to be the first people to get it. Yes. The Girl Fix Your Crown retreat is happening live. And this is the first one. And because I listen to everyone who has been reading the book and sending me emails and text messages and calling me to say, hey, Bridget, when are you going to have a retreat for this Girl Fix Your Crown? Because the book is leaked. And so, come my birthday, September 12th to the 14th, I am taking with me 25 bold, brave, and beautiful women who are ready to fix their crown so that they can step into their roles in their life, that they have been given, and become the queens in their queendoms and reign as royalty. I'm taking them with me to a private retreat center in Savannah, Georgia. That's Atlanta State. Are you ready? Do you want to be one of those ladies? Do you want to know what you're going to come away with? Not only are you going to come away with actually really knowing how to overcome all of those limiting beliefs, and you're actually going to come away with understanding how to deal with those paradigms and all of those things that have been stopping you from really developing to become the best person you want to be. You have been stuck? Let it come. And I will show you that you are not stuck at all. Because if you can move, then I will show you are not stuck. If you can get on the plane, get in your car and drive to Savannah, Georgia, then I will show you that you are not stuck. I will help you remove every limitation that you have put in your life or in your business. And get ready, because I have lined up speakers that will empower you. You said that this 848 was lit. Wait until you meet the brain doctor who is going to teach you how our brain is wired, and how you can use your brain to begin to get the results you need. And I'm going to share with you, a lot about money mindset. I'm going to share some really secret nugget with you. And we have VIP. You know what? I'm going to stop talking. The link is in the comment. Just go click on the link. Remember, the offer is fast running. As soon as I drop it, it's fast running, because I want the first 25 women who sign up for VIP, boom, 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 to come to me, because we have a lot of treats for the VIPs. And that's me. Boom. Done. All right. So now, viewers, audience, we're going to ask for your feedback. We genuinely want to do this again if that's what you're calling for. But in order to do that, we want to know how to serve you better, because I am about continuously improving what we already have. You want hashtag 848 again? Please send us your feedback. You can start dropping them in now, or you can even share them when you have thought about it and put it there. And also tell us, what would you like for us to come teach you again? What would you like for us to share? Because today we have shared with you our stories, where we started from. Let us know, and I promise you, we listen. We listen. So, ladies, any of you have last words, comments, whatever you want to say to the audience, please go ahead and just start saying one at a time. I'm not going to call anyone's name.
Okay, I can go first. I just wanted to say that no matter what situation that you're in, you can come out of it. So no matter what, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Be true to who you are, be unapologetically yourself, and know that your purpose for being here, it is valuable, and we need you. And if no one's told you today that you are loved and highly appreciated, I'm letting you know that you have value and you are loved and highly appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Miss Sheila just said it all. I was going to say, be true to yourself. Always be yourself. Be authentic. When you're authentic, people want real. They don't want fake. They see fake. They don't want to deal with fake. Always be who you are. Be true to yourself and be true to others. And be willing to take a risk for you. That's what I have to say.
Yes.
Remember to love yourself and know that you can do anything you put your mind to. It may not go at your pace, but it will happen. Just take your time with it.
And I want to quickly say, before you jump in, Miss Poya Ogo, she says, be authentic. She says, be authentic. And she says she's encouraged today. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for even staying for the entire time. We celebrate Miss Ogo. Thank you.
Yes.
I wanted to add that you are never stuck. You always have a way out. Just remember that you can always pivot. There's other options out there. And you also have people around you that can help you. All you have to do is ask.
I think the one thing that stuck out. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
The one thing that stuck out with me is what Billy said. I loved what she said. And I love how, Bridget, you mimic off what she said, is about your scars. Women, don't be afraid to wear your scars. It doesn't matter how it looks to anybody else. As long as you're okay with it, wear your scars with pride. Walk in the room with your head up, no matter what anybody else thinks about you. Be proud of those scars because you're a survivor.
Yes. Madonna.
Yes, I just want to say again, kind of just piggybacking off of what everyone else has said here. Just no matter what you go through, just know that you will get through it. Know that a testimony does not come without a test. Okay. So if you pass the test, you'll have the testimony to share with others. That's what I love doing, sharing my testimony with others in order to build them up. If I made it, you can make it too. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to just encourage everybody to continue moving forward. Keep on, this was a great encouraging. Not only I know it's encouraging to you, but it's encouraging to me also to just to be with my sisters today and in this wonderful day of, International Women Day in this wonderful month. But it doesn't stop here. Just keep on going forward. Whatever your dream is, pursue it relentlessly. Do not give up. Yes, I said I want to quit this week. But I know the vision is like when you have your vision, and I have on my board right here, my vision board, when you have it in front of you, even when those hard times come, you might quit for a moment, take a little breather, but you come back with a new game plan. You might quit that direction of how you're going to tackle it another way and keep on going forward. You don't give up. Don't give up. You got this. You all got this. Don't give up. All right. I had fun. I had fun.
Hey, we're not silent here. Who is the next person? Sandra, have you
Did Renee go? Sandra, did you go?
Renee. Yeah, Renee, Sandra, come on. Let's.
No, it's okay.
Everyone went. We all went.
Everyone has gone this. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody went.
Yeah.
Well, before I don't want you to hang out. Don't go off the line after we end the live because I still need to upload the recording. So stay in the studio.
We will. And then I want to say, Queens and Kings, I'm really appreciative that you stood with us today to celebrate the woman. I know that women ought to be celebrated every day, but to have one day that is called International Women's Day, I appreciate it because I'm an international woman. I am from 3 continents. Marlene is here. A lot of us women, we do a lot. We are so centered. We give, and we think of ourselves last. And so I really want to thank you. And at this point, if you are a woman or a man, whoever you are, you're watching, wherever in the globe you're watching or watching the replay, at this point, I want you to do something for me. I want you to pick, and you watching in the studio, I want you to pick your right hand and place it on your left shoulder. And I want you to take your left hand and put it on top of your right shoulder and feel a huge ball of love and hug from all of us, the 8 women, to you. Because 8 represent new beginnings. I know in the beginning we prayed, and that prayers also cover you. No matter what religion that you are, we pray a blessing over you, over your business, over your homes, over your families, over everything that you have been struggling with. And you don't have any idea of how to take the next step. I pray for direction and wisdom. I also pray that peradventure any of you is watching me right now like you want to quit. But I pray that after listening to our stories, to know that, you know what, the picture is not always perfect. It's dusty at times, that we have to go clean up the dust before we came here today. Oh yes, we have to wear the makeup. Because those days when I got beaten, I have black eye, I know how to wear the makeup and cover it. But today we bear it all. We came to show you that we are human beings. We are real like you and I. We don't fluff. We're not fake. I know in the world of fake, it's hard to believe that there are still real people. But I promise you, when I say these 8 women, authentic, real, And today, you can tell of a fact that 8 for 8 was well played out. Finally, I want to say a huge thank you to every single woman in the room who came together to say, yes, Bridget, I'm in. I want to share my story to impact other women because I realize my story doesn't define me. I want to say thank you. Thank you, Coach Marlene Paul. Thank you, Sandra Sells. Thank you, Miss Ladonna Porter. Thank you, Billy Wetchman. Thank you, Sheila C. Hill, the amazing queen. Thank you, Renee Mazin Walker. I love your name. Your name does celebrity. Ooh, Renee Mazin Queen. And to my pastor, Caroline Simpson, thank you. You ladies, you give me boldness times 100. And so I shine my shine because I know that I have you beside me. Thank you. On that note, hey viewers, we are done. I just want to say thank you. So till we see you again, we will respond to every of your comments. Keep them going and do us a favor. Share. Go share the life. Don't keep this goodness to yourself. Share to all your viewers, your friends, even to your enemies. Just share. Bye-bye.